I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, but there's a rumor going around about a glitch in the economy. Anybody heard that happening now? And so there's a lot of concern about that. A lot of people are very, very worried and wondering what's going to happen. What's going to happen next month? What's going to happen in the next 6 months? What's going to happen in the next 2 years? I'll tell you what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. Empires are going to change hands. During the Great Depression, a third of the people suffered tremendously. And we hear about that all the time. A third of the people stagnated and came out about where they started. And a third of the people made fortunes during the Great Depression and in the years immediately afterwards. Why? Because they realized that change is always coupled with opportunity. I'm going to tell you a story. I lived on a sailboat for 3 years. I lived on a sailboat, a 27-foot sailboat. It's a pretty good-sized sailboat. It's a damn small house. And my wife and I, when we first met, decided to take a trip to Mexico. And so we got on my sailboat and we took off through Galveston to sail across the Gulf of Mexico on a 27-foot sailboat. And my wife was terrified our first night at sea because it is completely dark. There are no lights like when you drive on a street. It is pitch black and you cannot see anything. And it is very scary on the water. The waves are crashing and the wind is blowing and you can't see where you're going, but you're moving along at a pretty nice pace. And she wanted to get closer to land where she could see the lights. I said, why do you want to get close to land? That's where all the dangerous stuff is. She said, yeah, but if we hit something, I'll be able to see at least which direction to swim to get to land. I may even be able to walk there if we get in water shallow enough. I said, if we get in water shallow enough, that's what sinks boats. The safest place for a ship to be is in the really deep water, way far away from land, and that's where it's the scariest. But that's where it's the safest.